Now recording.
The following podcast may have adult humor,
swear words,
innuendos of a adult nature.
making fun of me.
That's a given. Everybody looks forward to that. But just know that you have been warned.
You know what's cool? Podcasts. You know what's not cool? No podcasts. Check out all the podcasts over here at blindknowledge.com. This podcast you're listening to right now is a featured Blind Knowledge podcast.
We are here with Blind Nights, and for 2 weeks in a row now, we have both of us here.
Oh,
You broke up there because you tried to be all cool, and you wound up being
I was trying to be Mr.
failure.
Hanky. Howdy
What's-
ho.
It's past Christmas. You calling me a hoe?
No. Why, you could be Mr. Hanky anytime. It doesn't have to be Christmas, right?
It has to be Christmas. He's a Christmas poo.
No. I guess he never comes. Okay, alright.
He's not Mr. Hanky the Shamrock poo.
That'd be kind of funny, though, if like he had all these family members that were from different times of the year.
That would be cool. I mean, he's not Mr. Hanky the Easter poo.
All right, you made your
Valentine's
point,
poo.
but I'm here for 2 weeks in a row, yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I want to remind everybody to go check out the Titans. Link is in the show notes, as always. They are card holders that help a lot with playing games. They can be recipe card holders, help you, create hallways, walls, and things like that in the dungeon. And you can always, use them for spell cards. But you can get them at their Etsy. Is that how you say it? Etsy? That's how Jaws says it. Etsy.
Yep, that's
Store.
that's right.
And with the code capital K, capital O, capital T, and capital B 2023, get 25% off of their costs. So be sure to go check them out, support them,
And also-
have a lot of fun with them. And also, if you use the code, Jesse gets kicked off of here if he ever interrupts me again. Just kidding. Sorry.
I was going to say, check out the Knights of the Braille website. You can find cool blogs and Richard's Monster of the Day thing.
Yeah, as well as
DM notes and
Steven's notes whenever he sends them in. Steven, you haven't seen any in a
what
while.
does Jim what is Jim doing? Oh, the dungeon thing.
Jim's doing a Dungeon 23 challenge. So, really interesting read. It's cool to see how people do different things. And he's also working on the website still as, other things in real life takes precedence. So, be sure to check out knightsofthebraille.com/blog to get to the blog.
I'm going to do that after we record.
Are you?
Yes,
and
I am.
you can also subscribe and get notifications.
Like an email thing?
Yes.
I've done
Yes,
that with
you
some
can.
other blogs. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, I do it with a couple of them. I get enough junk email as it is.
Now, it doesn't matter to me, but is it one where it just sends you the link? Or do they send you the whole text of the article? Because I've seen it done both ways. Or
I'm not sure because I'm not subscribed because I get in there and read it whenever I update my stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so be sure to check it out. Follow us on Twitter at Braille Night. You got to put that in there. Yes.
You broke up there, but I know what you said.
Yeah, it's all good. I think Discord's having some issues today.
It's a Monday.
I was having a little trouble getting signed in, or not that it doesn't sign me in automatically, but it took forever for that checking for updates thing.
I hate that thing. I was just going to bring that up to you. I hate that thing. I wish there was a way to get out of it, but there isn't.
Yes, but it is what it is. But let's we'll briefly go over our normal stuff, and then we're going to have Jesse create a monster that he came across in a book that he's reading.
Yeah, so I'm stealing it, but
but not really at the same time.
That's where you get your ideas, though, right? When you're making and a lot of points. I mean,
it is for me. So Jesse, what is your book recommendation?
My book for today is actually what I got the monster from. It is The Curse of the Bastards, which is the Rogan series, book 3, the final book from Brian Keene and Stephen Shrewsbury. Rogan is think of like a Conan type character. He's a barbarian, but he's old. So he's seen some shit, he's done some shit, and he's like, son of a bitch, I gotta do this again. Like, he's just trying to survive. And he complains all the time, and he talks about he wishes his, and if you have children, cover their ears right now, but he'll be like, I wish my cock was thick like it used to be, and stuff like that. But it's a lot of fun. It's a kind of a throwback fantasy series to, like, it reminds me of Robert E. Howard a lot with Conan and stuff like that. Like, the way it's written and everything. And I'm really enjoying it.
Gruff and to the point.
Yes.
And
yes.
Definitely not a children's bedtime story. It's like the prose are kind of like lean and mean. Like, you don't get, I mean, it tells you what characters are thinking and stuff, but it gets to the point. Like, that's what I like in my books. I don't need to like sit there for a chapter and a half of bullshit, you know? Yeah.
Plus it has like Cthulhu gods and it's not Cthulhu, but kind of like Lovecraftian type gods and characters. And Stephen Shrewsbury has actually released, it's called Killer of Giants. He's releasing novels of Rogan, the main character, when he's his younger years. So I have that too to read.
I like that.
Just a lot of fun. I recommend it.
I find that,
I love Brian Keene.
Yeah, with some of the newer authors, it seems, and some of the older ones too, you get like chapters of fluff. It's like, why do I need to know why the grass is folding at an angle and the color of the grass while the wind blows and there's dust mites? I don't care.
Do you know who does that kind of stuff that never bores me though? Is Stephen King. Like, he's a master at having, but it keeps your interest.
But it has a point to it.
Like, I like the backstories of the characters, even if it has nothing to do with the plot.
Yeah, I mean, like Stephen King, if he tells you there's a great blade of grass bending, pretty good chance that blade of grass is probably going to cut somebody's ankle, and probably devour their soul or something, But I was going to buy a couple of books this weekend with the Audible credit, and a lot of the reviews say, "Oh, there's like a chapter or two of fluff that makes no point." One person saying that's all it took didn't buy it.
But that's their opinion, though. That's the only problem. Like, maybe the book is good.
Yeah, but there were some other things that people would say
too, though.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't just go off and just
if it's the one I'm thinking about. You told me about some of the things, so
yeah, too much fluff, and everybody's got their own opinion. Yes, I'm just like, nah. And I took other, opinions into account too. Like, no, I'm not wasting the credit. Maybe eventually, but
if you're giving a book, if it's worth one credit and it's that many out, like, I'm a little thrown off by that sometimes because I'm like, I mean, I know you told me it's good, so I got it, the Wizardomes, stuff like that. But if something's 112 hours for one credit, I start thinking about the quality.
Well, it's 12 books, it's 143 hours, it's zombie stuff, like the Zombie Apocalypse, which is my jam, but...
That's like me in for 99 cents for that Magitech Chronicles or whatever that you said you didn't like, so I'm hoping...
God, that was horrible. I'd rather sit there in the bathroom and flush the toilet repeatedly and listen to it.
I'm just glad it was only 99 cents.
I'd much rather just sit there and listen to the toilet flush. It'd be more entertaining.
I mean,
yeah. But as far as me, my book
what is your book?
The new one released by Dean Koontz, called House at the End of the World. It was really good. It's
about like an evil island or something, right?
Well, it's about an island where they do research, and you find out. We're talking about backstory. We find out Katie's backstory, who's the main character, throughout the entire book. You don't get all of her backstory at one time.
I like that. I like when it's not like info dumps.
Yeah. Which is, Dean Koontz is a master at doing stuff like that.
You mean Katai, right?
No, I mean Katie. That's her name. Your fiance's name is Katai. Or Cat IE. But
That's
Dean
even
Koontz,
funnier.
Dean Koontz is a master at storytelling, just like Stephen King is, of course. But for me, it could be that I love the apocalypse stuff. I was drawn in before the first chapter was over.
Wow.
You know,
I like apocalypse. It's not that I don't, but it's like it can't be the only thing I read. It's kind of what I'm what I mean by that.
Well, it's not all that I read. It is,
Yeah,
granted, a majority of what I read. And this was a new twist on it that I had never come across. Or at least I don't recall having come across it. It brings like, and this ain't really spoiling it. At least I don't think it's spoiling it. It's like alien life forms is the beginning of the apocalypse. You know, so it's
like bacteria and stuff like that, or
in a way, yeah. You know, without giving too much away. Yeah. In a way,
I didn't know if you meant like actual alien like species or like humanoid type things, or if like small.
It would depend on your. Not really give it away, but it would depend on your definition of bacteria and your definition of alien life form. Okay. You know, because having read it, I can see it being either one, but I can also see it being both. Okay. You know, so yeah, really, really good book. Highly recommend it. It's like,
how was the reader?
She has read for Dean Koontz before.
Oh, okay.
And I've listened to her. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but it's about 10 hours long, and I would get frustrated when somebody would call or text or you know, like let me alone and let me
That's read. Why when Katie's not here, I listen on my device. I don't want to say her name.
I gotcha. I
use that Audible on that a lot.
I don't, because you know I'm kind of hard of hearing, and I have music playing through it anyway. So, you know, I don't want everybody to hear me listening to my, you know, smut stuff.
Right, but I mean, I'm just like here by myself, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The only ones that will hear it are the cats.
Well, and I have a big speaker that plays fairly loud.
Oh, okay. Mine's an Echo. Echo Show, actually.
Well, mine is too, but I have it hooked up to a size 12 subwoofer. So, yeah.
Aren't you fancy?
Yeah, it's Bluetooth, but I have it wired because Bluetooth lags. But that is our book recommendations. I highly recommend you checking it out.
What are you reading now? Anything?
Yeah, I over the weekend bought. I had banked up credits. I know that just drives you crazy that I saved my credits.
I wish I could. I just can't do it.
I bought Dark Sky, or The Dark Sky, I think it's what it's called, by Dean Koontz. Broke down and finally bought Fairy Tale by Stephen King. I'm going to read that one after I read this one. And I got the next two books in the Zombie Lit RPG. Because I just love it.
Maybe we'll have to read Fairy Tale together.
You won't do it. I don't read books with you anymore, sir, because of Light of the Jedi.
That was one book, you ass.
You get one chance with me, sir, and then thrown to the side.
You ass hat.
I will throw you under the bulldozer.
I like that word. That's a good term, though. I like that. I think it should be used more.
What term is that? Bulldozer?
No, ass hat.
Ah. Yeah, I would like to have a hat that was shaped like that. That would be awesome.
That would actually be really funny.
Like two cheeks, you know?
And you push and it like makes a fart noise.
You wouldn't even have to do that, but
I know. That's my 12-year-old humor.
Well, I did have a hat at one time that had boobs on the front.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it came from Spencer's. I used to love that place.
I love Spencer's.
It was awesome. But that is, of course, our, you know, recommendations. And now we're going to get into still building monsters. I have today and tomorrow to fill up January. And then I'm going to be moving to a D6 system because of, you know, some of the rumors that you hear about D&D. I kind of getting tired of D&D and all the rumors and the changes and all of that mess going on. So I am moving to a system brought to you by Gilder Games. Be sure to check them out on drivethrurpg.com because they are super helpful, super nice. And I bought this product called Elemental. And it is a rule system that can fit fantasy, horror, sci-fi, and for you other people out there, superheroes. I mean, that's not my gig, but, you know, they are people that like that. Dude, I will kick you in the face.
What I'm saying is you're in the minority, but that's okay.
Yeah, but I'm right. And I contacted them, you know, and asked them, you know, about their accessibility because their PDF isn't horrible. I could navigate it, you know, but it wasn't definitely not ideal. I've done enough navigating on other PDFs that weren't accessible to say that this one was fairly accessible. Well, they, you know, wrote me back, and I had told them, you know, Microsoft Word is like the best format. At least it is for me. Well, within a week,
I would say HTML too, but
yeah, I really like
most
HTML. In fact, yeah, in fact, I'm converting it to HTML, but they're sending it to me in Word. Mm-hmm. Anyway, within a week, they had sent me a Microsoft Word version of it, and you know, without any hassle. You know, they were really, really helpful, really, really nice, and you know, I'm going to stick with them. Yeah, that means a lot to me.
Do you think it will be easy for your players to learn? Well, I guess you said it's a D6 system, so. Yeah,
it's a D6 system. Really, really simple. I haven't finished reading the, you know, rule book yet because, you know, been kind of busy over the weekend and everything and personal stuff going on. But, you know, it's really simple, really fun. You know, it's the best way to describe it yet. But like I said, they are super helpful. The rule book, if you'd like to get it, I paid $14.99 for it. But you can find, you know, they'll throw sales every once in a while. So I missed getting it for $9.99, but still at $15, it's, excuse me, for all you people who have to be exact out there, $14.99. Still well worth it. Well worth it. But with that said, Jesse, you've listened to me create spells. You've listened to me talk about creating monsters. So what we're going to do today is January the 30th, which means I have 2 more monsters that need to be created. You're going to take one of them, right?
All right. Yep.
All right. Let's get to this. Have you come up with the name, or do you want to wait to come up with the name?
Which letters do you have to do?
I've already completed the alphabet, so I'm just whatever comes up.
I'm going to call it an Orlak. O-R-L-A-K.
Let me save this. Got it. What size is this creature?
I would say it's a medium. Or if you're going for like human size, they'd be medium, right?
Yes.
Okay. Medium. I'd say it's about like 7 foot, 6'9", 6'5", something like that. So medium.
What kind of monster is this? Is it a construct? Is it like an ooze?
I'd say it's a humanoid.
Humanoid? Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I figured, but I just wanted to make sure.
PJ, the cat must be interested in hearing about this monster. She woke up.
Gotcha. What alignment?
Evil.
Lawful? Chaotic?
I would say chaotic.
All right.
Kind of mindless, I think.
What armor class?
16.
Natural armor?
Yes.
How many hit points? But to determine that, we need to look at a challenge rating here. So we will see what challenge rating you want it to be, and we'll go to the hit points from there.
I would say oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I would say a challenge of a 3.
Let me scroll through here.
Or if you were all like British and cultured, I need to scroll through here.
No.
I guess I kind of fell flat, didn't it?
Well, that and I'm not paying attention. I'm scrolling through the.
That's okay.
Okay. So a 3 has 101 to 115 hit points. How many do you want it to have?
We will say 105.
105. What system? What dice do you want that to be?
D20. We'll just do. You said you had 2 D&D ones left, so I'll just do that.
I mean, this is. You can do like your D4, D6, D8, D10, D12, or
okay.
D20
I'll do
hit
D20.
points. Alright, so let's see. That'll be. I'm trying to figure this out. And you do this by doing your max, which is 20 times 5. Okay, I'm trying to do this as we record this. So that'll be 5d20 plus 5. So let's see. What would that be? So that's 21.
Be 105, wouldn't it?
5.
Oh, 21.
Yeah, divided by. Okay, yeah. 105 divided by 2 is what? 52? So that would be your average. So we need to do 10d20 because we're trying to get the median here. So let's see here. Make sure that we got this right. So if we got 10d20, so that's 21 times 10 is 210. Divided by 2 is 105. So excellent. Unless my math is wrong.
I'll trust your math.
I think that's right. Alright. Let's see. What do you want the speed to be?
30 feet.
Alright, 30 feet just walking?
Yeah.
No flying, no burrowing?
Nope. No,
okay.
It just walks.
Okay, what about the strength?
This
is your creature, so you tell us.
Say 14. Oh, wait, that's not that strong. Wait, 16. I'll go with. That's a plus 3 then, right?
Yeah, I always have to go and make sure 10, 11 is 0, 12 and 13 is 1, 14, 15 is 2, 16, 17 is 3.
3. Okay.
I have to do that every time.
I always forget that. Always.
It's no problem because I always do. Alright, what about your dexterity for this creature?
14.
What about your constitution?
12.
Intelligence? And you can go negative. I mean, if you...
They're kind of mindless, so I'm going to say... Is 11 a negative or not?
No, 11 is a plus 0.
Okay, 9.
9 is
right?
when you get... Yeah, yep.
Okay.
9 gives
Because they're not very smart. They're just mindless.
9 gives you minus 1.
Okay.
Wisdom. And keep in mind, you can still go negative.
8.
8? That'll be minus 1 as well. What about the charisma?
10.
That's a plus 0.
Yep.
What kind of saving bonuses do you want to give them? I'm assuming that you're not going to give them any intelligence or wisdom-based saving throws.
I'll give them dexterity.
Uh-huh.
And strength.
That'd be a plus. How much do you want to give them for dexterity? Plus, right now they're at a plus 3.
We'll give them a plus 4.
Okay. And you want that in dexterity, right?
Yep.
And strength is plus 4 as well?
Yes.
Alright. What about a constitution or charisma? Either one of those?
Give them constitution.
Uh-huh. Now, your skill bonuses will roughly work out to be the same as like D&D characters. So, you know, sometimes I'll be putting them in the monster sheet. Sometimes I don't. So, you know, because people may want to up or, you know, lower them as they wish. Are they immune to any kind of damage?
Um,
I mean, you can say here like they're immune to non-magical attacks.
yeah, I'm gonna say they're immune to. Oh, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I will. You know what? I will say that they're immune. They're immune to like slashing, or do I just say
Uh-huh.
non-magical attacks?
Well, I mean, you can have piercing magical attacks. You can have bludgeoning magical attacks.
Yeah,
You can have them
they're immune to non-magical attacks.
all non-magical attacks.
Yes.
All right.
Is
What
that
about
possible, or is that like breaking the game?
this? Is your monster, sir?
Okay.
Damage resistance, which means they take half damage on this.
Right. Uh,
And you don't have to put anything here if you don't want.
I don't
to.
think I'm going to put anything for that.
Are they vulnerable to any kind of damage?
We'll say they're vulnerable to fire,
Mm-hmm.
and
If you're saying they're mindless, they'd be kind of vulnerable to psychic damage as well.
yeah, psychic damage and fire. We'll say
All right. What kind of senses do
they
have?
have dark vision.
Give me just a second. I was typing in the wrong area. So, okay. What kind of conditions? I thought I was missing a spot. What kind of condition immunity do they have? Any? And that's like, frightened, paralyzed, blinded.
Yeah, I will say they can't be frightened or charmed.
What senses do they have? And senses includes, blind sight, dark vision, true sight, tremor sense.
They just have dark vision.
How far? And you can do it like any amount of feet.
Yeah, 30 feet.
30 feet. And their passive perception. Let me go back and do that really quick.
I've never figured out how to figure that out.
8 plus your proficiency
Okay.
bonus plus your wisdom. 8 minus 1. Let me scroll
So it'd
back
be
down
9.
here. Hold on. And passive perception, which
Would be
is
9,
8. Hold on.
Plus
just a second.
2.
And
Oh,
8
okay.
plus 2, that'd be 0. I mean, that'd be 10 right there. Minus
Yep.
1 from that will be 9.
Okay, that's what I thought.
If I don't do this in the order that I normally do it,
Yeah,
I'll
that's
be all
fine.
over the
Yep.
place. Languages. I'm assuming that they do not speak at all, but they can
No.
understand something?
They can understand
Or-
common, but they don't speak at all.
Uh-huh. Does this monster have any special traits? Like, you could have one say, like, obedient. They follow the rule of their master or controller no matter what.
They are obedient to whoever their master is.
All right.
Basically,
So-
whoever feeds them.
Gotcha. What kind of actions do they have? Are they
Okay,
a
they
multi-attack? Or are they...
Yeah, they're a multi.
You
Go ahead.
you told me about the life drain that you were
Yes.
thinking about.
I
I
was
would put
debating- I was
that
thinking- Oh.
into the special traits as well.
Okay. I didn't know if it would be an action, though, because it was an attack.
We can put that in there and put it as a recharge.
Okay.
Alright, so actions. How many actions?
They have a claw attack, and then they have their bite attack, which is their life drain.
So how many actions can they take per turn? Like how many attacks?
They can do. Let's see.
So there's you can do one. I
They
created
can
a
do
monster
2 claw
that's-
attacks or 1 bite attack.
All right. Let's see. Their claw, and that will be melee.
Yep.
So let's see. That'd be a +2. Their dexterity was what, a 14, so that'd be a +3. So yeah, that works. 3 to hit melee. Okay. Just make sure that I have all the stuff down, y'all. So just follow along with me. What kind of damage do you want this to do? Now, when you're looking at creating a monster and you wanted a challenge rating of 3, they will do an average of 21 to 26 damage. And that's the total amount of damage that they can do in a turn. if it was, was to max out.
Okay, so that would be 20.
And see, I would add their dexterity in here, so that would be
Which
a
is a +3.
+1. Yeah,
Oh, +1.
yeah.
Is it a +1 or a +3?
It's a +1 from their dexterity
Okay.
modifier.
We'll say 2. Let's see. Math.
And like I said, you're trying to come up with first pick your number. You want their max damage to be 21 or somewhere between that and 26. And then you
I want
can
their
work
max
backwards
damage to
from
be
there.
24. So,
All right, so let's look at this here. And their claws will be slashing damage, of course.
Yep.
And so therefore you're doing a max of 24 damage. And you can have this right here be 2D8. Are
Plus
they?
1? Oh, go ahead.
Yes. So let's see here. 2D8 plus 1. Slashing damage. So I need to get the median there. So it'll be 9 plus 9 is 18. And divide that by 2 is 9. So we'll do 9 here. And from what I can gather, that you can, either go up or higher, because some of the averages I've seen aren't the way that the formula is.
Mhm.
What do you think about adding, say, a little bit on there, say another D8 for acid damage, or necrotic damage, or something like that? Or do you want to
we'll
just
say
leave
the
it?
claws they do necrotic or the 1D.
And 1D8 necrotic. Alright. That'll be an average of 4 there. Alright. And their bite. What do you want their bite to be? That'll be a +3 to hit. Yeah, and that'll be a melee.
Sorry about that.
Right.
One got kicked.
That's fine. It happens, like we said, Discord is, funky today. I've got you down so far as a bite +3 melee.
Mhm.
What do you want your
That's
damage?
where I wanted to tie the. That's where I wanted to tie the life drain in
Okay, so
to the bite.
let's see. I'm trying to think how to word this as I write this. So damage, I would say, is necrotic
Yep.
because you're draining life. So let's say here, because you can only do one of those. So I would say 3d8 and
Okay.
give no modifier there.
Right.
And so that'd be 27. Could you do 1d8 and add 1 to that? That's 9. 9 times 3 is 27. Divided by 2 is 13.5. So we'll go with 13. That's 13. Alright. Okay. The target makes a Constitution.
Yep.
Saving throw. If I can spell Constitution right. Let's see what your DC will be. I think it's 13, but I want to make sure. Yeah, if I'm reading this table right, it is 13. Makes a Constitution saving throw of 13. To take half damage.
Mm-hmm.
And on a fail throw, we'll take full damage. So let me.
Right.
It failed save, and half as much on a successful save.
Right.
The Orlok, right?
Yep.
Orlak was how I draw ORLAK, right?
Yep. Orlak.
The Orlok receives the amount of damage as HP.
Yep.
All right. So there's that. That's good. And we said challenge rating of 3. So let's see how many XP they are worth. Let me see if I can find that. I'm hunting that. I hate tables. With the passion.
I know I do too. I don't like them either.
There we go. And they are worth 700 XP.
Chunky.
Yeah. So type in 700 there. Now, tell us what these creatures look like.
They are basically a tall humanoid, a tall, lanky, like skeletal-looking humanoid with the body of a leech. And when they drink the blood of their opponents, they get real fat like a leech does.
Awesome. Awesome, Jesse. Not a bad monster
I like the name
at
Orlac.
all. It works for me. And that is the monster that Jesse created, everybody. And feel free to use it. They will be links posted to these. The Orlac will be on the blog, so be sure to check it out. And as always, thank everybody for listening. Remember to like, share, and
Subscribe.
This episode is brought to you by the Knights of the Braille and is made possible through the support of viewers such as you. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to get all of the latest information and episodes. Thank you.